Right, yes, welcome. Yes, my name is Maurice, the Crochet Master, and I would like to welcome everyone. Thank you so much for everything, and to those ones who are still new on this channel, you're just welcome. You're very welcome. Yes, we always learn, and that's what I always do to make you understand something that you don't know. So let's first do this before.
Maurice, the Crochet Master.
All right, yes, welcome back from all that. So I started this a short piece. It's a brush piece. The style that I'm going to be doing is a brush, and if I say it that way, that means you can comb it using a brush. It is very simple as in combing. So I'm just going to give you more of the tips. Yes guys, we have been doing the short pieces. I have more videos of these short pieces, but I always for me when I'm trying to teach some people, there's some things that I when I realize something, I want to always come back and I make it clear for you so that you understand as you are practicing. But there's some things that you need to understand. So now when we are doing these short pieces, number one, what you should you should always remember is that sometimes these short pieces they can be sensitive, like they can some people say that they itch, you understand. Yeah, but sometimes we realize that what causes that is sometimes we plate it before adding the anti-itch oil on the cornrows after before installing the weave. So we should always first do that before installing the weave. And then the other tip that I wanted to give you is that it's about the shape of the someone's head shape. Yeah, that one is very important. You should always mind about someone's head shape. Why? It is just because we have got people with long foreheads and we have those ones with short forehead. But trust me guys, it is always very difficult for me to trim that one of short forehead. It is very hard for me. So one of the tips that I learned from that is that those ones with short pieces, they cannot those ones with short foreheads, they cannot have this short piece. Like let's say this style that we always do, when you find like that on top is big and the sides are very small, you know, that cut shape, you understand. Yeah, so I realized that those ones with short forehead, it is very hard for them to have that style, you understand. So it is only for those with long foreheads who can have that cut shape, because the person with short foreheads, they don't have corners. Yes, they don't have corners, so it is just going to be very hard for you to shape that piece with the person who doesn't have those corners. So those ones with short foreheads, trust me, it is going to be very hard for you to have that kind of a shape. And according to me, and I would advise like don't even bother doing it. That's why maybe sometimes your short pieces don't look good, and you keep on asking yourself like, why most of the times when I played short pieces they don't look good on me. It is just because you need to know your short forehead. If you have a short forehead, then you'd rather do a brush. Why I always encourage someone to do a brush is just because for it it you just cut it in equal, like in equally, like the sides looks like like the ones on top, you understand. Yeah, the most thing that you should always, like, it should never do is to the behind, you understand. The behind is also somehow sometimes tricky, is that we always find people without the corner, you understand. The behind corner, they don't have it. So if you find someone with that, you always have to add more pieces. Whenever you're installing it, you have to add more pieces so that you create it yourself. And the thing is that when you find someone with that corner behind, and you add that volume, it is also going to be very bad. So I'm trying to explain to you, just to make it simple, like, don't cram things. Yes, don't cram things. You just have to keep on just put it in your mind that anytime things can change. So if you do a short piece that on someone with long forehead, and maybe you do a French cut, that cut that we always do, don't think it's going to be the same with the one of a short forehead, you understand. So those things are different. So now I'm trying to make you understand those two. So if you get someone with short forehead, please, at least, even if she doesn't want that brush, I would advise you rather leave, because the outcome is not going to be good, according to me, because I've been doing this and I know I know the way it is. So those also always complain about me. I played short pieces that doesn't look good. Sometimes you might find like your short forehead is the problem, and it's not like it's a problem that you cannot do a short piece. No, but it's just you cannot do a certain style, you understand. So those are the things that you should always have, like, you should know. And the other thing I realize, most people, they do big cornrows. And in fact, even my cornrows for today, it was not that packed, but it's supposed to be very packed. So if you do big cornrows, it's also going to be very bad, because the more the pieces grow, sometimes it loses its volume, and then you find those big spaces that you did becomes like hump, and there it's not going to look good. So you should always try to make sure that your cornrows are packed. Yes, when they're packed, they look very good. And yes, another thing that I realized is that people don't know how to comb these hair cells. Yes, they don't know how to comb these hair cells. So I also try to I just want to explain to you most of the time, like those ones who don't know how to comb these. You might play someone, and the next day looking at her, it is very, you may think that you know the person who plated her just because of the combing. So yeah, I would advise, like, maybe after plating someone, try to advise them, or try to show them the correct way of combing these short pieces, because it is tricky for the person. If it's your first time, if you have never plaited it, it might be hard for you. But if I try to give you just one thing to know about it when you're going to comb, it's that when you wake up in the morning, because for it you just have to cover it as you're going to sleep, but as you're covering it, you make sure at least you tie hair down, because sometimes we put these hair nets or hair bonnets, and the elastic lifts the behind wave. You find it is lifting, it is all up, you understand. Yes, it goes behind and lifts the piece, and it become like it is, you find it looking up. So we should always, like when we put that net, try to tie something on that so that it remains down, you understand, so that it can remain down. So as you're combing, you just have to be you just have to remember where your corner stops. Yeah, in case you have done this piece with like that shape of the French shape, the French cut shape, you understand, yes, you have to comb it when you have to remember the corners of your head. Yes, so exactly where you see the corners of your head, it's where your comb starts from to separate. Others you put it up and others you put it down. You understand? Yes. And after doing that, yes, you just have, even these down ones you can use a brush, or even the ones on top you can just use your hands. You understand? So like these ones on top, like the way you're seeing them, for them they are crazy, some are crazy, and these down ones, for them they are free. It's just because you see where it separates from. I imagine that that's where her corner of like her line, the corner is where it ends, like it's where that's where the corner is. So it's where it's supposed to separate it from. In fact, if you try to separate it from somewhere else, not that, you will see the wave looking bad. You understand? So yeah, I'm trying to show her the way she's supposed combing. What if she wakes up early in the morning when it's like that? Anyway, some people, you can still leave it like that. That's why I say that for the brush piece, it's always nice because it is easy to comb. But now if someone have that French cut shape, it is hard. So I'm showing her the lines, like I'm just imagining the line is supposed to be there, so it's where I have to separate it, and I pull them up, you understand, like that. So as I put them up, I follow it up to where I know the corner stops. Very, very easy. So others just goes down and the other ones remains up. So there on top, you can even just use your hands. It is very easy. Your hands can do it to make it crazy, but as long as you have separated it from the corner. So this is the tutorial that I had for you about the short piece, because I think we can close this chapter. Maybe if you still have more questions about the short piece, you can go in my comment section, write for me what you want to know about it, and I'll be there to answer you. For now, I'm gonna sign out. My name is Maurice, the Crochet Master, and big shout out to everyone who is with me. Say hi and tell me wherever you are. I'll be waiting for you. Bye bye. I sign out.